Veterans Affairs get cut off, like Social Security, maybe Medicare, and others. They stop. But the benefits inside the Department of Veterans Affairs continue, which is, you know, it's like it's like a nightmare after a nightmare. And it took them 9 months to fix it. This is a real story here in New Hampshire. I can promise you the best way to show respect outside of rebuilding our military to men and women uniform is to fix that mess as fast as I can. That's it. Thank you. They're kicking me out the door. They're kicking me out the door.
Governor, thank you very much for joining us today. I believe your schedule has a hard stop. There are more than 1 million Rotarians around this globe, and we all share 4 tests.
Slow and steady wins the race.
There are a lot of ways to serve, and being president is not the only one. And I would hope that someone else would run. Although there's no question in my mind that Jeb is the best qualified person to run for president. But I hope he won't.
Please clap.
It was to
Jeb
tear
wants
down,
to be, he wants
it
to be
was
a tough guy.
tear
He wants
down-
to be a tough guy
It was
tonight.
to tear down
I didn't
the
take
house,
the property.
and the net
I
result
didn't-
was you tried.
I didn't
and
take
you
the
lost
property.
in the court.
The woman ultimately didn't want to do that.
That is not true.
And
And the simple fact is, to turn this into a limousine parking lot for his casinos is not a public use. And in Florida, based on what we did, we made that impossible. It is part of our Constitution. That's the better approach. That is the conservative approach.
Mr. Trump, take 30 seconds.
Well, let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times, you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
You and Jeb Bush had a little back and forth. Admittedly, he's low in the polls. He got pretty fired up. Why even bother going there with him?
Well, you know, honestly, he's a very high-quality person. I like him. I actually like him. People say that can't be possible. It is possible. I respect him and I like him. But he's having a very hard time, and he is very low in the polls, and I'm very high in the polls.
You know, you started off over here, Jeb. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.